I've always had a theory about the correct order to take out the Seed family. Obviously, in-game, you can choose whatever order you want and still get the same result. But I have noticed certain hints in the game that tell a different story. In this video, I will show them and explain why I think they tell us the correct way to go through the game. I will also show dialogue that suggests my theory is incorrect. Remember, this is just a theory, and you are allowed to feel differently. If you disagree, do it nicely, and don't insult anyone that feels differently. With that out of the way, let's get started. Now, one could argue that Dutch tells us the right way at the start. Jacob, Faith, John. But I disagree. At least about it being Jacob, then Faith, and lastly John. I believe he tells us the first piece of the puzzle at the end of the tutorial.
Now it's your call, but if I were you, I'd start with Fall's End.
He guides us toward John first. Even though we don't have to go there, it still tells me Ubisoft had some sort of plan here. Let's continue on the John path. There are certain things that suggest he might be the first herald to be taken down, in canon. For example, he is the only herald you can take down with a companion.
Partner, it's Nick. I can fly if you need. Just say the word.
Nick can help you in the air, and whatever guns for hire you have with you can take him down after he's landed and end him for good. He is also the only herald you can pick up after he has died. There aren't many hints as to why Jacob is the second herald to be taken down. He has been described as the hardest seed to take down. I disagree. So naturally people have assumed he is last. But there is proof that tells us Faith is the last, and I feel like that alone proves Jacob is in the middle. First, after you've taken down Faith and finished her bunker, Whitehorse tells us this.
Now I want you to find that goddamn Joseph Seed, bring him to justice, or put him in the ground.
Of course, this was definitely put here so it correlates to whatever path you choose. Joseph is and always has been the main target. But I feel like it could also hint at the true order. He tells us to arrest Joseph and not Jacob or John. He says it in a way that seems like he means right now, and not after you've taken the others. But as stated before, it was mainly done because you should be able to take Faith first, or in the middle, or at the end. Here's the thing that really sold me on my theory. If you hover over Joseph's island, you get this. It clearly shows us John, Jacob, and Faith. This could still be a coincidence, but I still feel like it proves my point further. This is not necessarily a hint, but it's a little funny how the first row of the guns for hire list contains people from John's region, the second contains people from Jacob's region, and the last one contains people from Faith's region. Now, a hint against my point would be a sentence Carmina says in New Dawn.
My name is Carmina Wright. The day I was born was the day the world collapsed.
Considering Kim calls Depp to tell them she has gone into labor, after Joseph's eulogy, it seems like, at least in the New Dawn timeline, John's region is the last region to be liberated, since the bombs fall when you've killed all heralds and resisted Joseph. But to me, there are way more hints in the actual game that suggest he's the first. There are probably more hints in the game that prove and disapprove of my theory. Let me know what order you believe is the true one, or if you've found more hints. Thanks for watching.